Hello, it's Sarah again from Novatia Translations. Today we're going to be looking into another interesting topic: when to outsource translation. I'm sure you must have learned a thing or two from the previous videos. So today this video is going to be answering questions like: when do I need to translate the document myself, and when do I need a professional translation service? The allure of DIY translation: speed and cost. DIY is do it yourself. Under this we have instant results. We use tools like Google Translate, DeepSeek, ChatGPT, AI, all search engines, search tools we use to get our sharp results, fast results, because it gives it offers quick output. So a lot of people love using this so much, but this has its limits. Do it yourself translation has a very low cost. It's not as high as the professional translation. We have here that it is free and affordable. All you need to do is make sure you have your data to access the internet, and you get your results. Massive usage. Google Translate processes over 100 billion words daily. A lot of people just want to go online, translate their documents and get all the results they can get and just get it done with. A lot of people just want to go online and do it very fast. They don't want to go through the process of contacting a translation company, following the processes, doing the right things they are supposed to do, to avoid any misunderstandings and errors. So what are the pitfalls of a DIY translation? Missed cultural context. Literal translations often lack cultural sensitivity and depth. We have brand risk. Errors can damage reputations. We also have high error rates. Study shows 20% plus errors for complex machine-related documents. When you go translate your documents online using the Google Translate, ChatGPT, or other search tools you use for translating your documents, you would not get the in-depth, the meaning, the literal meaning of that text or the message you are translating, because AI doesn't have the in-depth. AI would not always maintain the tone, maintain the meaning, and maintain the context of what that text or message is saying. But trust me, a translator would, because a translator understands, make sure they understand the cultural sensitivity of every text and every message you are going to translate. Okay, so when do I need a do-it-yourself translation? For simple messages like your basic emails, your memos that are within internal teams, you can use a do-it-yourself translation, because it doesn't involve you going to the embassy or going to submit your documents in any, under any authority. So you can just use the Google Translate or whatever it is you have available to translate your documents. It's not going to cause any problem. We also have low risk. Errors have minimum impact when document is for internal use only. Even if errors occurs while you're translating these emails, the memos, or letters that are within this boundary, it doesn't have so much consequences. It's something that can that you can easily correct, because like I said, it's not going through embassy processes and all the legal processes. Example, I have here that translating a team lunch menu with informal language. Imagine you have to translate context relating to a lunch menu. You don't need to go through this. You don't need to go through a professional document translation for that. It's something that you can easily use your Google Translate. You can easily use your ChatGPT and other translating websites that you know of. You can easily use those for a menu, for a launch menu. Yeah, so when is a professional translation essential? When you are dealing with documents that are relating to the courts, documents that are relating to legal matters, you need a professional translation, because this, when there is any mistake or misunderstanding, this has a very high consequence. It comes with a lot of consequences. It could be a lawsuit, it could be a fine that you need to pay money. I mean, you have to pay huge amount. It could even be higher than the cost of the translation itself. So documents like contracts, patents, regulatory filings demand precision and accuracy. For documents relating to this sector, you need to undergo a professional translation. And also for your marketing materials, like your website, your brochures, like a pamphlet that's is used for promotional purposes, and your ads. These things, this marketing area as well, you need to undergo a professional translation, because this would be reaching out to, if not the whole world, to a large number of audience, and you don't want to mislead them. So a professional translation is very essential for this area. We also have technical manuals. User guides and specs require technical accuracy. For manuals, details in the manuals needs to be accurately translated, and your Google Translate, your ChatGPT, and other translating tools you use would not give you the nuances you need, the customs and all. It will not give you the in-depth you need. It will not go as much as you want. It will not go deep as much as you want it. It will just give you the level surface of that translation or of that text or the message you are translating. We have high stakes. Patent litigation costs average $2 million, underscoring risks. Like I mentioned earlier, documents relating to legal matters, when they are mishandled, when they are not properly translated, or when there is a misunderstanding or an error, probably, it comes with a fine sometimes, or even a lawsuit. And I mentioned earlier that these processes would even cost more than the initial translation itself. So to avoid all of these things, you need to undergo a professional translation service that will give you the accuracy and precision you need for every translation. Evaluating translation needs. What are the key questions? Number one, we have purpose clarification. What is the purpose of this document? Is the document meant to inform? Is it meant for persuasion? Is it for compliance? The intent of the document has to be in mind before a proper translation can be carried out. Secondly, we have audience analysis. Who reads it? What is the language, the culture, and the expertise matter? We also have risk assessment. What happens if errors occur? The financial reputation, the reputational impact it would bring. So before a translation, a proper translation can be carried out, all of these questions needs to be in the mind of the translator to give a accurate and a more precise translation. So in conclusion, a do-it-yourself translation is very fast, and you can achieve fast results, because all you need to do is just go online, drop the text or the message you want to translate, and then you get your answer. But for a professional document translation, you need to contact the company that is to issue out that service. Talk to them, come into an agreement with them, before the translation can be carried out. But trust me, it's more accurate. It gives more accuracy than a do-it-yourself translation. We have speed versus accuracy. DIY offers speed. Professional services ensure accuracy and culture fit. Align with goals. Match translation methods with business objectives and risks. Invest wisely. Choose professionals when quality and compliance are critical. If you know that the document you are translating is going through embassy processes, needs to be notarized, needs to be legalized, official requirements needs to be met. If you know you have things like that, I would advise that you don't do the translation yourself, because it's going to cost you more. After doing that, you would take the document to the embassy. It's even going to cost you embarrassment in a way, because when you get there and they're talking to you, you may not really appreciate all of those things. Just to avoid those things, just go through the right process by contacting a translation company. All you need to do is very simple. Just contact a translating company. Novata Translation is a translating company. Just contact us and we will give you updates on what you need to do. And before I go, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like, don't forget to hit the notification button, and don't also forget to drop your comments in the comment box below. Till next time.